To push up over towards necessary now. DP in hand. A good weapon for a 1v2. But pre-fire's coming through the window. It's a good one with the AKM. Will make it happen. Revo again in close range. He's nasty, but it's Loco to come up to the plate now. Grease out on the inside. Will go down. The backup is there, but the backstop does get taken out. Hustler crew causing problems as Tiamba starts to flow on in.
Loco got an opportunity to reset himself as well with the meds. Just enough time to be in a good position to continue the fight, but Tiamba smell the blood in the water. Nade on the wrong side of the banister, it won't connect. Just trying to get these bandages quick so he can reply. Shotgun for the close range engagement on the peak though, not swift enough. Goodbye, Loco.
3D guns pointing at you, you're going to go down there. No matter how crazy you are. Revo taking the shots over to QZ, who has been an absolute demon in some of these lobbies earlier in the year. He's absolutely showing people what he's made of over at PMWC, but Revo goes down, and Alpha 7 taking a fair big hit there. They'll immediately reset on this one, though. They got themselves 3 eliminations. It's the most anyone's got in the lobby so far. Decent nade, though, coming through from Speed on ETSH. Fair bit of damage over towards Aking. We'll have to back off the angle. Sky on the backlines, though. Nora. These guys usually dominate over towards Yulin, Jackie.
Well, is this going to be a usual result for them? On the periphery right now, setting up like vultures, keeping a good understanding of the landscape to see how these other teams are going to fight amongst themselves before they overcommit to anything too heavy on the investment front. ETHS had that nice nade to get a bit of chip damage off, but they've roamed as a pack round, and Sleepy could be caught. That's going to be the connection from NASA. An instant tag followed through with a flush there straight away.
Sleepy's generally like the off-anglist on the side of Aura, catches players off guard, but ETSH, they've got their eyes wide open at the moment. Circle's got some suspenders on it right now as it does lift heavy over towards the north side of the map. E-Arena is in position. A bit of a split right now. E-Arena, 10k, finding Mania from Godlike. Should be able to get that res back up again. It's over towards the north side of the map. E-Arena, like I said before, playing on a 2-2 split, so they've got to play aggressive there. They've got to puff out the chest, ensure that teams don't get too comfortable in that region, because they're trying to confirm on both sides of the river here, Jackie.
You got to fight for that control. And the battle against Thora is still continuing right here, right now, with Tiamba also taking a piece out of them. Nearly on the rock up on the roadside. Good spot down towards the hill. Fine speed. Great reply. Nearly the double up as well, Blank.
Incredible reactions there coming through from Milu, and I mean, he's been doing a lot of work right now. Good shots from the sidelines, though. That's QZ. Starting to make himself well known in the picture at the moment. Get the res over towards Milu, and Fajita now left, kind of scrambling inside of Yulin, unsure how he wants to play this one out. Needs to get an air over towards QZ, isolate the singular player, knows roughly where he is. That's 12k on the stair line. No, realizes he has to back this one up now. Misses the nade, will head upstairs. Akin gets some shots. It's an easy pick off for QZ. Tiamba up to 6 elims on the game already. We're looking at 1 a minute at the moment.
They're starting to rise. Taking pole position right now into the game. Meanwhile, you got the setup here with S2G up close and personal. A compound clash between the two. Dopeness, what can you do? SMG on the clear, runs into the pre-fire of Kamikaze, so that's an easy conversion for an elimination point, bringing them down to 3 players in this elaborate fight.
Very curious to see how S2G does this tournament. There was some luck earlier in the year that gave some fortuitous opportunities to get further into the circuit. But all these players are strong in their own right. They just haven't had those shining moments at the moment, but this clear looks good. I feel like S2G's been putting in a lot of work in the back end at the moment. It's starting to show right now, up against Dopeness at least. And even if it was a fairly easy clear, the way they were going about it, the 2-2s, the jumps around the corner, felt coordinated. It's usually what Turkish teams are so good at as well, is that synergy, that coordination, which is why it did feel so out of character for S2G in the past to be so unlinked with one another.
You got to have the basics down, and the protocols look nice there, at least, with the way they played off each other. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Squads on the move up towards the zone right now as well, getting themselves into position. Curious, Blank,
My
how this is
favorite
going to
drop
go for
spot
A7.
on Rondo is Danching because we can get many eliminations there. We have a good strategy to play on Danching.
And we are back in with it. Just a quick interview with Vitality, very, very quickly there. See him on screen right now, rotating round, but not yet to get a single elimination on board. Next circle shift now, Jackie, over towards the west-hand side here. Wolves feeling quite good about this, but for Alpha 7, this is a really, really nice opportunity for them. As they swing around the western side, they try to cut in early. They're right next to a res beacon as well, so they can hold off other teams that they like, but this is a super hard shift. A lot of teams on that eastern side feeling fairly uncomfortable. GS team now needs to re-rotate back over towards where they just came from on the north side of the map.
So far, so good for the excitement factor here. And I'm sure you can hear that as well. The fans getting amped up as this one starts to kick off.
Guizao driving on through. Circle starts to close in. Yangon Galacticos starting down towards the test track, now looking to move over towards the rest of the team. Hustler crew also roaming on that north side, looking towards that high ground, right, to get a little bit more of that scouting through, but it's feeling more and more likely it's going to drop back down towards the southwest side, sit around Stadium. But again, Stadium's such a big place, so isolated, that cuts out quite a bit of the area. You don't really want to be playing on the northeast side either, Jackie. So you are locked in this southwest region. We also have the lake down towards that southwest side that sits on the slope downwards. This is awkward terrain.
Going to result in an even higher elevated level needed from some of our squads to play around it with the way the circle's been developing. Close grouping here as well. Once again, singing the praises of S2G in the first fight we saw from them. As they are collapsed upon on their advance, how do they display themselves? And they're going to be able to hold themselves nicely. Could be a chance for an engagement forced upon them as well. It's TT and Nonshin that are not too far away.
Checking the top side of Stadium there makes sense as well. A lot of times you leave a player up there. It's a cheeky maneuver, get some shots out, but S2G keeping their sides clear right now. I like playing up against this pillar as well. You can basically cut off one side of the map to you and only deal with players trying to aggress on either edge. So I think that's a good shout from S2G so far. They're a very central position to work with off the back of that. And even so, they can catch players moving through. Godlike's taken a slower approach on the north side. I like it though. I think what they're trying to go for right now is leave that two-man over towards the northern edge, ensure that teams coming through from Nanshuan don't catch them off guard in future. So that high ground's going to be super critical for that factor in future. Alpha 7 also with a bit of a split lineup on that northern edge, looking for something very, very similar here. These guys are committed, actually, even dropping the emergency cover flares here too on S2G. Oh, mate.
Well, big shift on it. The investment there of the cover flares, like you say, not really going to pay too many dividends for them as it will be taken out of play quite quickly. So they're going to be thinking about the future rotations that are still yet to come for them. Meanwhile, on the move on our screens right now, you can see Alpha 7, a squad that's got a lot of excitement behind them. Right here, right now. Taking on Wolves could be the potential pipeline for them to get into a good position. Started it off nicely with the opening 3 elims. Nate towards Carrillo. It's big chip damage, Blank.
It's a struggle at the moment. Nate over the top here. One more airburst might do the trick. Goes incredibly low. Has to lob one back of his own. Will scare Elementrix a little bit, but it's only about 20% of the HP taken off, and he looks to keep the aggression up. Carrillo gets another first aid kit through, but the vehicle is absolutely stomped out right now. He might be able to get it a little bit of a distance out of there, but Alpha 7 knows that they need to get a move on. Stadium being such a big feature of this next circle as well leaves E-Arena in a really good spot, but how has Tiamba managed to squeak their way in?
Tiamba that was showing its incredible form in terms of the fights, at least early on the drops. If they get into a devilishly good position with what they've shown, maybe that could be a bit of a dark horse twist in the narrative for them going into game one on Rondo.
GS limping over. Milu opens up over towards Schweppes though. The off-angler for E-Arena. Bit awkward. GS might hear this and want to aggress on it. Again, there's lots of little angles you can play in, but Milu will clean up one. Gets immediately refragged by Morben. ETSH finding Carrillo inside the Pagoda. Alpha 7 might just need to abandon him on this. I think it's the only play they have.
So either give it up or make it work right now in the mechanical side. They are taking hot shots back down.
By the way. Alpha 7 now moving Doom. Squeeze out, gets knocked out of the vehicle. Revo not in a good position, leaving Obscure with it all to do now. But NASA, last left alive for ETSH. Revo went down to the blue, he did his job. Got a fair few knocks on through. Obscure now needs to move up, get a little bit closer. Has to hit the first aid kit soon. NASA though, cleaning out these eliminations. He peaks with that much HP, he's confident.
Unbelievable scenes. So close to his demise as well, but they're able to at least top themselves back up, get over towards the recall tower if possible. It could be a saving grace for Alpha 7 Blank.
Gonna drop down towards that south side now. He has time to do it, but once we hit stage 4, it's gonna get a little bit more difficult. He has to commit now, and kind of skidding off the road there doesn't feel good. Next circle will hit Stadium. We have not seen one of these in quite a while, and we get to see our first one now here in EWC. GS team playing on the outer edges at the moment. Rehan working off these stairways. It's a good place to play. Being able to peek up and down off the back of it is fun to work against. Benongshan Red Force, they're up first. JS9 in the hands of XZY.
Nice first knock round the backside. Nade in to attempt to convert something from this as well. So many teams breathing down each other's necks here towards the stadium. A fitting finish potentially given where we are right now, Blank. It's on brand, it's on point. Where does it go from here? Tony K with a quick pop of the stims, get himself back up. Surf going to start coming in as well, ushering those teams forward. We saw that recall play from Alpha 7. They do reset the squad. At least 2 of them alive and kicking. A duo is better than just one. How far can they take it? E-Arena lobby leaders right now with the Elims 9 under the belt. Tiamba fell earlier. Wolves with a backstab coming up swiftly onto Nongxin. That's an opener from Elementrix, but TT get line of sight, and the scrap continues. The first Wolf shut down as the response from E-Arena's good.
E-Arena not been slow about it at all. They want to get thick into the action. It's a good nade, bounces off the wall, not quite finding connection though on towards them. But Wolves, they are down on their feet, looking to get the reses off as quickly as possible. Slonic going very, very low. E-Arena looking for these flushes now. Emergency cover flares brought in because this is but for E-Arena, it's good to see. Feels almost like the torch has been passed down from Vampire now to E-Arena. This Thailand team doing incredible work so far. TT Project look to get themselves out of this awkward situation. Alpha 7 still up and kicking now, but down to 1 player. 70 limbs on the mat, it's not bad. But it could be better here. But at least they didn't go out with absolutely nothing. I think for Alpha 7, they'll take that right now. But goodness me, so many teams afraid to head over towards Stadium now just because it is fairly locked down on these outer edges. We do have a circle on our hands here. A lot of teams on that eastern side quite pleased with how this has worked out. Vitality, Razy and Razak, the famous duo, improved from Indonesia, now looking to pump up a little bit more damage. Mormon grabs himself the Orc Master at the moment because he has been putting in work. A 13th elimination added now. A chicken dinner here would be fantastic for the point tallies.
For Alpha 7, the end finally arrives. Try as they might to keep themselves alive in our opening game. They did well, like you say, Blank, to at least draw a few more points out from it. But it finally bites the bullet on the wrap back over to Stadium. But like you say, E-Arena right now, ruling the roost with some of the fights they've been able to pick off on. Softening up the competition that's been coming their way as well. If they can lock this down, could be in a very tasty position. Already 14 elims. How far do they take it? And what a godlike do here. Effect with the clap back. Good for one. Nice nade from Power, but Ephes tries to hold on to it. An intense encounter between these two sides. Godlike down to 2, but S-Power making the difference for now.
Godlike on our edge is a tough position to be in. S2G on their sideline. A quick rollback. S-Power makes it look easy, but Joker from a distance, stopping these teams in their tracks. The proactivity from E-Arena has been insane so far. There's not a fight that they have not been unwilling to be a part of.
If they get line of sight, you best duck your head down because E-Arena are absolutely farming in this battleground right now. S2G, heavy hit coming over to Hustler Crew. You got the off angle set up, looking to take pot shots down and save his mates. Kamikaze trapped behind the vehicle. They want to close the gap onto it. S2G going in aggro, Vitality in the distance as well. Kamikaze with a single knock, Loco, drop back down, trapped behind the ridge.
AZM, in here, his jammer pack just went out just then. Now needs to get a move on. S2G, they post up. AZM taking a huge amount of damage. The blue might just do the trick here. We'll take him out. S2G with 9 elim on the game.
Crazy the sheer distance we're looking at as well. 9 elims being second place, 15 points for first right now, and the split on the actual minimap is insane with what we've been set up with. The only team that's looked comfortable realistically has been E-Arena from the position they've been in.
Oh, given a single inch right now, and they have cleared out the entirety of the northwest side. Now they can pretty much shunt most teams down towards that southern edge. Schweppes opening up onto GS once again, and they are just swarming on them. Another goes down in Malik, and E-Arena looking for more and more points. 17 elims. Can they go further? Can they hit the 20 bomb?
Well, finally, it seems like someone's willing to test them. E-Arena taking casualties, but they're looking to reply back. They will keep themselves alive with Turney K, it seems, over at the stadium. Mixed Vitality pushing on to S2G. A back and forth fight, a quiet game otherwise for Vitality. They were playing their cards close to their chest, but they've got to fight for control right now.
Looking for the royal flush over towards S2G. All 4 players down potentially. Axel. One nade in hand, it's going to be an important one. Quick spray over towards Hamzy G. Quickly drops back down to his belly. Some more damage. I mean, he's hitting every shot. Just continue with it.
The numbers dwindling for S2G. Peek round the back of the rock and Axel hits it swift. Goodbye, good night. They're down as Vitality start to get some energy going their way. Meanwhile, Ida taking it straight to the face of the reigning champs. Gone inside the back of the warehouse. Emre incredibly low and